Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Eric and I like to read, and today I'm going to be doing the Evil Cat book tag. So I was looking through some tags for some inspiration and I found this one all about cats and kind of like what they do in your household. And it made me laugh going through all the different prompts. So I was like, okay, I have to do this. I have two cats. I understand pretty much like everything that these prompts are like relating to like my everyday life. So you know what, I'm just gonna do this one. It's gonna be fun. And yeah, so that's how I found this one. I'll put the questions in the description down below so you guys can do it as well if you want to try it out, as well as where I found the inspiration. Anyways, with that, let's just jump right into the tag. So the first one is knocking stuff all off of places. And so the prompt for this is to choose a book with a cliffhanger. So I chose Legendborn because the ending of this book is quite intense and it leaves it open for like the next book to immediately pick up where it left off, kind of with this like big moment, and then you're like, oh, and then it ends. So yeah, essentially a cliffhanger. I just described a cliffhanger, but like I can't really say more because I don't want to give away what that cliffhanger is. But if you are interested in this book, it is an Arthurian retelling with teenagers set at like a, it's not like a college, but it's like an in-between school. So kind of like a college. And there's magic and it's a school setting, so like that's really cool. But yeah, that's pretty much like what this one is and has a cliffhanger. So you know that going into it. The next prompt is Howling at 3 a.m. And so this is to choose a book that you didn't sleep until you finished. So I chose Blood Will Out by Joe Triggery. This was one of the first NetGalley books that I actually read. Actually, I think it was the first NetGalley book that I read. And then Joe graciously sent me the physical copy of it. But this is the story of a girl who wakes up in the bottom of a well. It's a dried up well. She wakes up down there and she doesn't know how she got there, and it's her trying to escape. And it's told in dual perspective because there is another character in this book that has a very big like part of it, and they are the other perspective. So you see her perspective being in the well trying to escape, and then this other perspective that's kind of like an outside force. And yeah, it's definitely one that will keep you on your toes trying to figure out what's going on. And yeah, I loved it. I thought this was so good. So this one. Then we have Hiding Before a Vet Visit, which our cats do that very much. If we even like look like we're going anywhere or like packing up and doing something, like if I'm packing a backpack to go to like the beach for a day, not that that happens very often because I live in the north, but if I was doing that, my cats would be like, well, one of them is very inquisitive, he wouldn't care, but Uno, he would just like run and hide because he thinks we're going to take him to the vet. Anyways, the prompt is Hiding from the Vet, and so this is to choose a book with a self-destructive character. So for this one, I immediately thought of Looking for Alaska because the main character, Alaska, I find to be very self-destructive. I can't really go much into this book, but it's a coming of age story. I think these teens are at a boarding school. It's been a really long time since I've read this one, but I'm pretty sure they are, and there's like a little group of friends that experience this together and kind of like deal with their emotions and bounce those off of each other kind of thing. Yeah, I can't say much more because I really can't get into that character. But anyways, this is the one I chose for this. This next one cracks me up because it is a turd dangling from their behind. And so this chooses a sequel that was just kind of crappy. And I love that prompt altogether. But I chose The Last Star, which is the third book in the like Fifth Wave trilogy. I don't believe that this was a great finale to that. I really liked the first and second book, but this one just fell very flat for me and didn't live up to the hype that I was feeling from the other two books. So yeah, I don't really have much more to say about it. It was just a disappointing ending for me. And we have Puking on the Carpet, which, I mean, our one cat does that quite often, although he hasn't been doing it that much lately, so that is a plus. But this one is to choose a book with betrayal in it, which is hilarious because, yes, I feel like betrayed by my cat when I feed them and immediately after they throw up. It feels like betrayal. Anyways, the book I chose for that was The Cruel Prince because this one is all about a girl who grows up in the world of the Fae when she's younger. And so growing up in the world of the Fae are very like deceiving, deceptive creatures that they can't lie. That's the thing. That's the trade-off is Fae can't lie, but they can deceive in other means or find other ways to do that. And so there's a lot of things that I would classify as betrayal in this book trilogy. So yeah, that's why I chose this. And I feel like any book with Fae in it would classify as a book with betrayal in it, just because like you shouldn't put trust in Fae to begin with. But yeah, so that's what I chose for this. Next up is dragging in live animals. So this is to choose a book with shocking violence in it. And so I'm choosing The Young Elites for this because there are some scenes in this book that I was like not expecting to happen, and then they did. And I was okay with it. I'm totally here for the shocking violence. It was shocking because certain characters you're not expecting to do certain things and then they do, and you're like, oh, okay. So yeah, this one definitely worked for that prompt. Next up is looking you in the eye right before misbehaving. And so this is to choose a book with a character that is just craving attention from everyone. And so for this one, I chose Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda. Not for Simon, don't worry. It's for Martin. Martin is a side character in this book that blackmails Simon because he wants to go on a date with Simon's friend. And so that is, to me, showing that he's like craving attention from this girl, and he has to resort to blackmail to get that attention. And so that's kind of where I like went with that track of thought. But anyways, so yeah, that one. Then we have shredding things. And if you have cats, you know that they do this. And so this is to choose a book with a destructive character. So I chose Shadow of the Gods because Orca is the most badass destructive character I've encountered. And she will stop at nothing to protect her family. And all that destruction will not matter to her. She will do it as long as her family is safe. So yeah, definitely a destructive character, but I am totally here for it and want more. Second last we have has never been fed, never. And this is just funny because it makes me think of our cats who are always begging for food. Well, one of them is always begging for food. The other one is super chill. But anyways, so this is to choose a series that you just can't get enough of. And I chose Heartstopper because I love and adore this cute series about two boys that fall in love, and it's just so adorable. It's so freaking cute. There's so much good representation in this series, and I was so excited when it got put on Netflix, and now we're waiting for a season 2, but a season 2 is coming, so like that's awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, if you want a cute love story, boy meets boy, like it says on the cover, definitely check out this series. You will fly through it. It's super easy reading and it's really adorable. And the art style's super cute. So yeah, check it out. And then the last one is Be So Cute You Forgive Them Anyway. And so this is to choose a book with a wicked main character that you like. So I'm going to choose Iron Widow for this one because I believe their name is Zetian, was awesome. And you just can't help but love like what they're striving to do. And they're morally gray, which is something that I really like. So I was here for it because you never know what to expect from a morally gray character. Like, you don't know what they're going to do. And it's awesome. It's such a fun kind of thrill ride because you're also following along with them in the driver's seat, but you don't know if the car is going to crash or if it's going to make it to the destination. It's all an adventure. That's a really bad analogy. But anyway, yeah, so I really liked that book. I'm looking forward to the second one. I don't know when that's coming. I feel like it's been forever already, but I will be picking that up when it does come out. And yeah, that's it for the book tag. If you guys want to do the tag, I'll put all the questions in the description down below, and you guys can go and do it. And let me know if you end up doing it, because I want to check out other people's versions of this tag. Anyways, if you guys want to support me, I have a Patreon and a Ko-fi page, which I'll put in the description down below, as well as a link to buy my bookmarks. You guys know the drill. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button so you get notified when I post new videos. I post my videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Until next time, keep on reading.